Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of Texas School of Law 2022 Sunflower Ceremony. Please rise to welcome the Texas Law Class of 2022. Please welcome the faculty of the University of Texas School of Law. It is our pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Law School, Ward Farnsworth.
Distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and lawyers of the class of 2022. Welcome to the University of Texas Law School commencement, our sunflower ceremony. Please be seated. All right. What a day. What a joyous occasion. I'll say it flat out. This is my nominee for our greatest commencement ever. And I'll tell you why. First, because of the renewal it brings. We have not been together for this event in this way since the spring of 2019, and it's beautiful to be back. But more than that, we've never had a bunch of graduates who so earned it. Law school is hard enough under the best or most normal of conditions. You all did it with extra points for degree of difficulty, and then you stuck the landing. If you can do what you just did, you can do anything. I want you all, students, to rewind. It's fall of 2019. You're all studying torts and contracts. And JD students, you may remember I took you in your mentor groups, and you all had pizza and ice cream, and I lectured you about the way that the room numbers work in the law school and about being nice to each other. And none of us had ever heard the word COVID. Often when I stand here, I think back on those get-togethers, and I think, I can't believe we're all here. That seems like just yesterday. That's not how it feels this year. That feels like a long time ago, because it was. So much has happened. Fast forward now to the spring of 2072. It's your 50th reunion. You're all coming back. And you'll be at a class party, and the dean will come by, because the dean always does. I always like to come to those reunions, and I say, what was law school like? And they say, oh, well, we were in law school during Watergate. Those are tough times. We were in law school during disco. That was tough. So your dean's going to come by, and she'll say, what was it like for you? And you'll say, how much time have you got? That was an extraordinary time. Say, you know, you got to remember, Dean, back then, most classes were ordinarily taught in person. Oh, okay. You want to know what it was like? The dean then was Farnsworth. Is he still around? Say, oh yeah, he teaches torts. Say, he refuses to retire before Stanley Johansson does. Anyway, he was the dean. I remember at our commencement, he said it was the best commencement ever because if we could get through what we just got through, we were ready for anything. That's what he said, and you'll say he was right. Because by then, a lot of crazy things will have happened, things you cannot imagine now. Lots of curveballs are going to come your way. But the one thing you've learned in law school more than anybody else who's ever sat in those seats is how to hit the curveball. So when others freak out because something unexpected happened, you are the ones who will be able to say, I've got this. For now, we're just all so very proud of you and so grateful. You started out here as a great high-spirited community, and that's how you're leaving. You brought back that spirit when the pandemic lifted. And so there's something I want to do now that we don't typically do, but you're no typical class. I want our faculty and our guests to join me in saluting all of you for your amazing resilience and for all you've accomplished with a standing ovation. Let's stand and hear it for our graduates. On behalf of our alumni, it's my pleasure to welcome you into the proudest and most accomplished association of graduates in the United States. The most interesting and high-achieving group I've ever known. Our alumni, our leaders in all that they do, and they're especially notable for feeling they have a permanent relationship with this school, that they're Longhorns for life. We hope you'll join them in that feeling and remain part of our community, wherever you may go, whatever you may do. With those words of welcome and congratulations said, I now have the pleasure of introducing our student speaker, your permanent class president, Emma Collada. Ms. Collada hails from Houston. She received her undergraduate degree from Tulane University in New Orleans. Prior to law school, she was deputy clerk of the Supreme Court of Texas. She served as research editor of the Texas Law Review and a board member of Texas Law Fellowships. She was recently inducted into the Chancellor's Honor Society. And after graduation, she'll begin her practice of law here in Austin. Please join me in welcoming to the podium your permanent class president, Emma Collada.
Thank you, Dean Farnsworth. Good afternoon to the class of 2022 and to all of the family, friends, faculty, and staff gathered to celebrate today. This April, I drove down to the Woodlands, just north of Houston, to watch a good friend compete in an Ironman competition. An Ironman, for those who may not be familiar, is a long-distance triathlon. It consists of a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a marathon run raced in that order. It's an incredible demonstration of human strength and grit. If you asked me to come up with an analogy for what 1L felt like, I think being woken up at 5 a.m., thrown into a cold pool of water, and told to swim 2.5 miles gets pretty close. That first event sets the tone for the rest of the race, yet we were just getting our feet wet. The workload as a 1L was a shock to the system, and, pardon the pun, It was hard to keep our heads above water at times. In my 1L Con Law class, for example, the professor often had us choose our seats for the day based on whether we agreed more with the majority opinion from that day's reading assignment or the dissenting opinion. There was no telling who would get called on any given day. So one day, a classmate sitting on the majority side gets cold called and asked to give his reasons for supporting that opinion. He does a fine job, and the professor moved on. The next day, we were still discussing that case, a Commerce Clause opinion, for sure. But that classmate had moved over to the dissent side of the room. Defying the adage that lightning and law professors never strike the same place twice, the professor called on him again, asking, "Counselor, what happened overnight to make you change seats to the dissent side today?" And this beloved classmate answered truthfully and to everyone's amusement, "Oh, well, I read the case." Little moments like this, introducing humor and vulnerability into an otherwise tense environment, were critical to shaping the camaraderie that I know we all experienced as Texas law students. I personally experienced it after that first exam information session put on by the Student Affairs Office. I left the atrium totally overwhelmed by the amount of work that preparing for 3 law school exams requires, and I broke down in tears at my locker. A classmate from another section saw me and said, "Hey, why don't we go for a walk outside?" And she led me around the building while we shared our anxieties about the upcoming exams. When everything shut down on March 13th, 2020, I felt some comfort knowing that my classmates were feeling what I was feeling. Nervous, disappointed, a little afraid, and thinking what I was thinking. Are we going pass-fail? That year-long swim through 1L, made all the more challenging by the COVID-19 pandemic that sent us home to sit in front of lonely Zoom backgrounds for months, was made bearable and even at times enjoyable by the group of people receiving degrees here today. And thus began the grueling 112-mile bike ride through 2L. And I think the analogy has to be to 112 miles on a stationary bike in your kitchen or bedroom that you haven't left for weeks. They say 2L is the school year that works you to death. And work we did. We worked through the polarizing 2020 election and its aftermath, seeing in real time how important lawyers are to the existence of democracy and how serious a responsibility we have to restore and protect the integrity of our core institutions. We worked through Winter Storm Uri. While pipes froze and the line to HEB wrapped around the block, we exchanged tips on melting snow to flush the toilet and offered groceries and shelter to those without food or power. We worked inside the classroom and out. So many of you did incredible things to support the communities and causes that you care about, through clinics, journals, and student organizations, taking on leadership roles, and in the case of the inspiring group of students who founded Law Students for Black Lives, forming a new organization to bring racial justice to the fore in our curriculum. Despite COVID and climate crises, we survived 2L and dismounted those stationary bikes, grateful that all that was left was to run a marathon. What, like it's hard? But it is hard. And though law school, like a triathlon, is an individual sport, it takes a team effort. To the cheer squads who believed in us, who supported us, and who empowered us to define our own visions of success, thank you. Law school has been a long race for you too, and we could not have done it without your help, your sacrifices, and your encouragement. I want to give a personal shout out to my 1L boyfriend, Weber, who was so supportive throughout law school, he became my 3L husband. thank you to our professors, not only for teaching us to think like lawyers, but also for showing us how to act like compassionate professionals and for bringing the same enthusiasm for teaching to Zoom School of Law that you brought in person. Thank you to Dean Bangs and the Student Affairs Office for always looking out for our well-being and for helping us deal with the unique challenges that our class faced during our time as law students. And thank you to my fellow classmates for being the most supportive, hopeful, and resilient group of people to learn with. To those of you going into public service after graduation, thank you. The work The work you are doing is important, and the world needs excellent lawyers like you. To those of us going into the private sector, let us not forget our ethical obligation of pro bono service, and let us use our knowledge, our skills, and where those are lacking, our wallets to serve our communities. Fortunately, our 3L marathon came with many highs that made putting one foot in front of the other a little easier. We returned to in-person learning and reconnected with old friends in new spaces on campus. We brought key community building events like the TLF auction, the Law Prom, and Assault and Flattery's annual theatrical production back to their former glory. And the Hodges Society 3Ls rather, finally got to take their 1L boat cruise. Today, we crossed the finish line, and that is a huge accomplishment. Let's enjoy this moment and feel proud of ourselves, because we earned it. There will be more races to run, and in fact, for many of us, the next race starts on Monday. But we know how to swim, we know how to bike, we know how to run, and we know we're not alone. We are Ironmen with a finishing time of 3 years, but who's counting? And today is a celebration of the hard work it took to get here. So, here's to us. Cheers.
Thank you, Emma, for those wonderful remarks. Our convocation speaker today is Sandra Phillips Rogers, a member of the class of 1991. Ms. Rogers is Group Vice President, Chief Legal Officer, and General Counsel of Toyota Motor North America, where she also serves as Chief Diversity Officer. Before joining Toyota in 2012, she worked at Pfizer and was a partner at 2 Houston law firms. Ms. Rogers is a member of the Law School Foundation's Board of Trustees and is a founding member of the Law School's Center for Women in Law. She's won numerous awards for her leadership in advancing diversity and inclusion in the legal profession. Black Enterprise has also recognized Ms. Rogers as one of its 75 most powerful women in business in 2017 and 300 most powerful executives in corporate America in 2018. She's a magnificent lawyer and a great friend of the law school, and we're so excited to be welcoming her back for your special day. Please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
So thank you very, very much, Dean, for that exceptionally kind introduction. And hello to everyone. I want to thank Dean Farnsworth, Dean Chesney, the members of this great faculty, distinguished guests, family members, and most of all, the graduating class of 2022. You know, I'm truly honored to have the opportunity to say a few words on an occasion that represents, for many of you, I suspect, a potent mix of excitement, anxiety, pride, relief, and exhaustion. And at least I can tell you, when I was in those seats several years ago, that's the way that I felt. So in preparation for today, I spoke with a mentor of mine who's had the opportunity to address law students who graduated like you are today. And what she said is that the secret is to be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. So I'm really going to try to honor that and do my best. You know, I had a chance to walk around the campus this afternoon, and it really brought back some great memories. I deeply appreciate the experience of learning law here. You know, UT Law was a place where I learned the value of diversity, of thought, and began a career of standing up for certain truths, for refusing to accept constraints, for challenging convention, and being an agent of change. Now, looking back at where I've come from, it's an attitude that has really served me very well. I grew up in Beaumont, Texas. Many of you may know Beaumont, a small town that's close to the Louisiana border. And even though my siblings and I were raised in modest surroundings, we were taught to pursue our passions to the fullest, to fulfill our life's purpose. You know, my mother has been a lifelong inspiration. She suspended her own undergraduate studies to get married and have children. But Mama didn't quit pursuing her dreams. She returned to college, this time as a single parent, to obtain her undergraduate degree, and eventually she earned her master's degree and started her career as a school teacher. You know, to this day, I can still remember my mother sitting at the dining room table with books all around her, and it really instilled in me the importance of education, hard work, and perseverance. And the day that I graduated law school, I found my own way to honor her. I made the bold decision to buck the sunflower ceremony tradition and instead wore a cap and gown. That's right, you heard me, a cap and gown. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy to find one, and it was some hot sitting up in that cap and gown. But that's what Mama expected. That's what she wanted to see, and that's what I did. And I know many of you out here have fought very hard to make it to this moment and to make your families proud and your friends and your loved ones. And so I know that I sure did, but you know, that wasn't hardly the most subversive thing that I did during my time at UT Law. In fact, as a 1L, I was a part of the first class at UT to boycott the law school for a day demanding diversity. Now, that's something students had done and for years at some of the schools on the East Coast, but at that time, it was a shock to the system. And so I'm going to stay true to myself and challenge convention again here today. I'm going to suggest, contrary to what you might think and contrary to what some of you and your family members thought that they were paying for, that you have not spent the last 3 years only training to be a lawyer, but rather to serve a much greater purpose. What you've really spent the last 3 years learning is how to make a difference in the world, how to think rigorously about the problems facing our society, how to untangle the logic of those problems, how to arrive at their solutions, and how to convey those solutions persuasively, to leave the world in a better place than how you found it. You know, it reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. To whom much is given, much is required. Now, over the last 3 years, you've also learned how to think about the principles, the values, the agreements, the laws, in short, that societies and people have created for organizing themselves and solving their problems, for coexisting. You also have learned to see the world through many different lenses. You know, I can vividly remember a philosophical disagreement with one of my con law professors who held a contrarian view that our country would have been better served if civil rights and integration had evolved organically, at its own pace, with its own timing. Now, I thought those views were outrageous, and I still do. But with the benefit of hindsight, I realized that he exposed me to critical thinking. He forced me to see and engage a view opposite to mine on an issue that I was emotionally invested in. Now, whether he intended to or not, he actually taught me how to find some modicum of common ground. He taught me how we could coexist, or as Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg famously said, to disagree without being disagreeable. Now, you'll have many tough conversations in your careers, ones where you'll disagree passionately. And when you are in that moment, take another moment to remember. Seeking to understand different perspectives is truly a gift. It will help you come up with better solutions and better outcomes. So, you might make your difference in the world with an attorney in your title, working in the domain of law, perhaps a law firm, or in an in-house legal department like me, or courtroom, boardroom. You might even go to the judiciary. But many of you will apply your legal training and this new ability that you now have to make a difference in vitally other important ways, like public service, politics, or social activism. And your journey may not go as planned. Now, personally, I thought I was going to be America's next great trial lawyer, just like my television idol, Perry Mason. But instead, I went where the journey led me, just corporate America. So no matter where your journey leads you, what you've learned here at the law school will make you better at it and better for it. And it will help you fill an urgent need. It's a need that arises from the dramatic changes we're seeing in the world. While you've been working towards your degree, you've also lived through an extraordinary 2+ years that has shaken and tested the foundations of governments, political institutions, and our public health infrastructure. Long-standing rights have now come up for debate. There has been a rise in hate crimes against people who look like me and other minorities. In a region of the world, in Europe, which we thought could never again be at war, is now suddenly in flames. So yes, you're graduating into a world of extraordinary challenges, but also incredible opportunities. But for people who have been trained to make a difference, who want to be in the thick of it and take on the work that is meaningful, you are graduating into an environment where you and your skills are desperately needed. These are times that call for transformative leaders, and that's what this law school and these times have uniquely prepared you to be. You have what it takes to stand for something, to fight for something, to make that difference. You know, Dean Farnsworth put it well when he told me once, "You will always be criticized for something, So you might as well just pick the thing that you're going to be criticized for. Make it count. You know, one of the most profound impacts on my career came during a leadership research project and an interview of Ken Frazier, a lawyer and mentor who is best known as the chairman and chief executive officer of the pharmaceutical giant Merck. Now, the tenure of a CEO can sometimes be short, and Ken told me, he said, Sandra, if they're going to come for me, they're never going to find me sitting behind my desk. Ken began his career as a lawyer. He saved the life of a wrongfully convicted death row inmate before becoming a businessman. Now, when he became the CEO of Merck, he did so in the midst of a company crisis. One of his first acts after assessing the company's financials and business environment was to withdraw the earnings guidance, an audacious move to say the least. You know, he told me that in that moment, the Merck board knew that he stood for something and that he could be trusted to do the right thing. And Ken was rarely caught behind the desk because he was constantly out in the company, being with the people, working in his community, making a difference. Now, after retiring from Merck last year, Ken co-founded 110, an initiative that aims to provide opportunities for Black talent by hiring and promoting 1 million Black individuals who lack four-year degrees. So Ken is still making a difference. Now, in my own career, one in which law and business have intersected, I have tried to live up to the example of lawyers like Ken. And so this brings me to another quote that I love. Be a part of the change you want to see. This is also my personal D&I commitment. In my current roles, it's been a real honor to help foster more diversity, equity, and inclusion, not just within Toyota, but also beyond the four walls, particularly in the legal profession. For example, our law firm partnering program expands Toyota's own commitment to diversity and inclusion to our partner law firms. As part of the program, we make it clear that we need these firms to offer us more diverse teams because we expect the kind of outstanding legal advice, creative thinking, and innovative approaches that only comes from diversity of thought. We also offer a variety of resources to help member firms build on their existing D&I inclusion programs, and as a result, diversity among our outside counsel, as well as the culture of diversity inside their firms, have significantly improved. But in the wake of the social justice unrest of 2020, it became clear that there was even more immediate and urgent work to be done. I realized that my colleagues and I at Toyota's legal department could help advance the cause of social justice, even from inside a global corporation. So I challenged my legal team to come up with a plan of action. The result was an ambitious social justice pro bono program to support initiatives that make our legal and democratic systems more just and accessible for everyone. Now, one example is the Dallas Expungement Expo, where volunteer attorneys help eligible people file legal documents to expunge their criminal records in order to secure employment, including clients who had been arrested while participating in lawful social justice protests in Dallas in 2020. And currently, I'm working with one of our partner law firms to help Afghan women living in the U.S. gain asylum. So, like Ken Frazier, So, like Ken Frazier, Toyota's legal team and I are determined not to be caught behind a desk. And I'm so grateful to Toyota for supporting our efforts. So, as for you, the graduating class of 2022, well, I envy you. There is so much important work to be done, so many problems to be solved, such transformational change that you will affect. So yes, you are justifiably proud of what you've accomplished here under extraordinary circumstances. And it is truly a time to excel and celebrate. But I urge you, as you leave the hallowed halls of UT Law School and go out into the world, never let them catch you behind a desk. I invite you to stand up for what matters to you and to use the tools you have acquired here to tackle the challenges the world faces. As suffragist Mary Church Terrell said, lifting as we climb. I encourage you to choose what it is people will be mad about you for. Let it be for doing the right thing, and let it be for making a difference. Thank you all very much. Congratulations, and hook 'em.
All right. Thank you, Sandra. I can't imagine remarks more inspiring and more appropriate to our times. We're so grateful for your friendship to the school and for making our day a greater one. And so, graduates, we arrive now at the conferral of your degrees and sunflowers. I'd like to first offer a word of explanation about our ceremony. As you've no doubt observed, graduates of the University of Texas School of Law do not wear traditional regalia as a general rule. For 15 or 20 years after this university was established in 1883, no graduates of any of the university schools wore the cap and gown to their graduation ceremonies. A committee of undergraduates then decided, however, that the cap and gown ought to be worn after all, and they informed the law school of their conclusion. The law students met and decided, since they had not been consulted on this new mandate, they were not inclined to comply with it. Some say this decision was an early instance of the principled pugnacity that would become one of the hallmarks of our graduates. Others have suggested that a desire to be free from heavy regalia at this time of year in Texas may have also played a part in the decision. In any event, the president and the faculty conferred and decreed that the law students must either conform to the wishes of the senior undergraduate class or wear a significant insignia at their graduation exercises. The law students opted for the insignia. They chose for the purpose the sunflower, which seemed a fitting choice for our graduates because it's native to North America, but it flourishes all over the world. It's also been observed that the sunflower has the remarkable property of always turning to face the sun, even as the good lawyer has an insistent natural commitment to the light of truth and of justice. We're now pleased to continue this tradition with the class of 2022. Each graduate will proceed to the stage and will be pinned with a sunflower. The names of our LLM candidates will be announced by the Assistant Director of Graduate and International Programs, Carly Tepke. The LLMs will receive their sunflowers from Assistant Dean for Graduate and International Programs, Lauren Fielder. Carly Tepke, would you please begin by presenting our LLM class of 2022.
Abdul Wadud Al-Aman. Luisana Maria Apestegui Gonzalez. Lorenzo Areco Canales. Andrea Arachavaleta Fidalgo. Daniela Nicole Becerra. Bailey Ray Bender. Carmen Sofia Chosino Storani. Ang Fei. Kaylin Gregory Llewellyn Henford. Max Ernesto Hernandez Ernult. Rong Chi Hung. Rafael Jerez Moreno. Itao Jiang. Apurva KC. Abdul Knowles. Ksenia Kolentai. Chenan Lee. Shangwin Lee. Chun Lin. Gorev Mankotia. Pedro Rodrigo Martinez Caballo. Sri Vaisakhi Mudano. Diego Ignacio Olivares Bravo. Luz Maria Ortiz. Yue Pan. Buluwatifa Sadiq. Lydia Safra Goldener. Daniel Salomon Sotomayor. Jaime Villarreal Jr. Jitao Wang. And Petra Monica Volvert.
Join me in congratulating the LLM class of 2022. Candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor will now be introduced by Associate Dean and Dean Designate Bobby Chesney. The JD graduates will receive their sunflowers from Assistant Dean for Student Affairs Elizabeth Bangs. Dean Chesney, please present the JD class of 2022.
Omid Abai. Samantha Nicole Acuna. Aya Adaranija. Mackenzie Lee Aiden. Carolyn Atkins. Albert An. Nia Ali. Daniel Arturo Alvarado. Nancy Yabdelmanim Ahmin. Maxwell Wallace Anderson. Jason Arrington. Nabila Kanam Arshi. Mayaz Asif. Chip Autry. Insia Fatima Aziz. Pardis Baha. Jade M. Bainborough. Aubrey Tanner Baird. John Bollinger Bo Malaysia. Nolan Richard Bedward. Mitchell Warren Benson. Angelina Nini Bishman. Mason Luke Blaylock. Emily Claire Bloom. Bradley Heath Bowen. What? In absentia, all right, come back. Jeremy Hudson Brandt. Matt Ryan Bradovich. Taylor Bennett Brigance. Benjamin Brinkman. Ezra Lewis Brown. No, in absentia. Doesn't say on here. Nathaniel Nehemiah Brown. Hannah Bush. Lynn Hamilton Butler Jr. Mitsuri Asalia Camacho. Audria Hugh Cameron. Sergio Mauricio Cavazos. Melita Simtim Chan. Isaac Chavira. Selena Chen. Shi Cheng. Madison Chilton. Kyle Douglas Clendenin. Anthony Collier. Matthew Corboy. Emma Collada. Mason Cura. Mirna Dalal. Catherine Rose Danaher. Chloe Alexandra Daniels. Amy Nicole Doss. Shane Gray Davitt. Maria Cristina de la Cruz. Aline de la Fuente. Daniela de Souza. Claire Elise Demers. Christina Stasia Dinos. Bonnie Elizabeth Devaney. Julia Lynn Di Fiore. Matthew Deegan. Kaylin Ashley Dimitrov. Melanie Danielle Dodson. Ryan Thomas Domine. Catherine Diezenkowski. Cynthia Catherine Edwards. John McKee Iband. Marissa Brooke Elder. Jason A. Elgersma. Samuel Hill Elkins. Margaret Fulcher Eller. Abigail Emery. Adam Enix. Andreina Escobar Perez Mena. Roy Fallick. Emma Marie Fichtel. Eric Mark Feynman. Michael Finkelstein. Jared Lee Fisher. Thomas Henry Lee Forster. Jordan Elizabeth Garson. Cassie Geiken. Kay Goldberg. Omar Alexandro Gonzalez. Adam Bradley Goodrum. Jason Goolsby. Alyssa Kiera Gordon. Reed Roland Gordon. Joshua Gabriel Graham. Riley James Green. Benjamin W. Gregg. Adam Greiner. Julianne Grellner. James Matthew Gantner. Margaret Alice Gunn. Casey Marie Hagan. Travis William Haltom. Brian L. Hammerschlag. Malia Ann Hamilton. Catherine Elizabeth Harklerode. Jonathan Harlan Harper. Logan Holding Harris. Nathaniel Edward Hatter. Lauren Catherine Haddon. Alyssa Hernandez. Alexander Caldwell Hewitson. David Taylor Hinojosa. Richard Rowan Hood. June Hormel. Joseph Kenmore Hughes. Henry James Humphreys. Liliana Cecilia Jaime. David Michael Stewart Jenkins. Shan Jiang. Isabel Johns. Emily Johnston. Desiree Mariah Jones. Michelle Mutale Juma. Nuruddin Kalam. Shanthi Kuna. Laura Elizabeth Kirker. So Kyung Kim. Jerry Claristenfeld. Bryce Allen Klein. Elizabeth Christine Knuppel. Kylie Rachel Kopp. Garrett Riley Christ. Gardner Lang. Chelsea Lauderdale. Megan Elizabeth Leahy. Lana Levin. Taylor Ann Lewis. Monica Lynn. Andrew Ling. Eric Patrick Lyle. Good job. Cade Jordan Long. Sean Dylan Lopez. Quentin Barry Lowe. Riley Morgan Lowe. Nicholas Patrick Lowry. Daniel Ludmere. Tanner Scott Luttrell. Kylan McLeod. Mark Francis Mariani. Nicholas Michael Markward. Justin Porter Marriott. Justin Masoner. Ryan Ellis Mathis. William Logan McCauley. Alexander McClintock. Sam McCombs. Charles Stewart McDonald. Sadie Marie McLaughlin. Catherine Anna McManus. Valerie Isabel Medina. Sharada Menon. Josiah Thomas Mercer. Jared Alec Mezzatesta. Vittorio Miliuolo. Grace Sloan Miller. Ross Reagan Milvinen. Isaac David Montanez. Rachel Addison Moore. Jacqueline Monique Morales. Katrina Morgan. Michael Timothy Mudrow. Rashika Nalaparedi. Austin Robert Nelson. Evan Patrick Nelson. Catherine Nesser. Michael Anquan Win. Tui Mimi D. Win. Patrick Taylor O'Hare. Daniel Charles O'Leary. Ryan Francis Oliver. Emily Michelle O'Neill. Maria Lourdes Ortiz Gallegos. Rita J. Ostrander. Christina Owens. Medushi Pondi. Alec Jeffrey Paradowski. Brady Alexander Pedno. Zoraima Peliz. Ryan Benjamin Pinner. Christina Elizabeth Peterman. Bradley Sidney Potts. Graham Poe. Rebecca Ann Presley. Jennifer Ciro Jonas. Shloka Raghavan. Aaron Lakram Ramcharan. Jonathan Ramirez. Sheila Ranganathan. John Davis Ray. Nicholas Hu Ray. Shinjini Ray. Gabriella Elise Regard. Ansel Scott Richards. Faith Elizabeth Riedel. Carolina Cecilia Rivera Nelson. Erica Roberts. Allison Blackwell Roji. August Elijah Rosenthal. Jessica Ann Rosenwasser. Hope Rovner. Nicholas Ryan Rudd. John Channing Ruff. Thomas Samuels. Akash Saraya. Johan Sarna. Jamie Marie Sherbay. Kelly Suzanne Schlitz. Lane Weatherford Schmelzer. Whitney Michelle Scroggins. Hudden Wesley Sintel. Venus Shagagi. Ria Shahaney. Jack Shea. Cooper Shear. Ashley Eloise Sherman. Rohan Shetty. Jason Shi. James Kennedy Skipton IV. Christopher Seth Smitherman. Sahil Solanki. Nikunj Soni. Catherine Page Southworth. Michael Ryan Stanley. Brandon Ned Stevens. Rachel Adkins Stevenson. Anais Olivia Stevens. Jensen Allen Stevens. Emily Rebecca Guzman Sufrin. Abdullah Tariq Sayed. Mason Kaiser Taylor. Josue David Teniente. Hannah Tai. Justin Kim Tiam. Hayden Matthew Tice. Lauren Hunter Thomas. Shalee Marie Thomas. Emma Thompson. Gregory Anderson Thyberg. Jocelyn Torres. Justin Tung. Sloan Austin Ungerman. Manu Eswara Wadla Moody. Alyssa Valentine. Alexandria Columbina Valera. Catherine Andrea Walters. Zujie Wang. Blue Ware. Veronica Ray Warms. Charlie Warren. Haley Watts. Madeline Weber. Drew Wen. Zachary Keenan Worrell. Samantha Claire Westrom. Benjamin Whitehead. Chasmin Lachelle Williams. Jackson Connor Winfrey. Thalia Claire Wolf. Olivia E. Wong. Patrick Thomas Rowe. Julia, yeah. Jordan Ann Young. Katie Yu. Marguerite Zamora. Yunpeng Zhang. And Felix Zhuk.
Let's hear it for the class of 2022. Congratulations, graduates. What a group. So ends the first part of your relationship with this great law school, and so begins another. We look forward to watching every one of you find success. As I said before, at some future reunion, we're all going to marvel at your contributions to the world and to the lives of others. But there's no need to wait until then to marvel. We're all proud of your successes already. On behalf of the faculty, I offer you our admiration, our affection, and most of all, our warmest congratulations. Well done. Upon adjournment, we ask that our guests remain seated until the stage party departs, followed one row at a time by the graduates. Family and friends may then exit out the back of the arena and down the steps to the plaza to join your graduate. The passenger elevator outside the southwest entrance will be available for guests with mobility impairments. And then we invite all of you to join us for a reception back at the law school. It's a chance that we on the faculty all value very highly to congratulate the graduates personally and to meet your families. And now to conclude these proceedings, let's hear it one more time for the class of 2022. Hook 'em horns!